There, Jack Bash has a really great ability to win contested catches. It showed up repeatedly this week. They very real chance he goes top 75. His teammate, Sai'vion Williams, also very impressive. Not Senior Bowl, but Jack Bash had himself a very strong game. 68 yards, only 4 yards after the catch. Sums up his game quite well, hats off to Jack Bash. And a class that features a bunch of good tight ends, and had a bunch of good tight ends at the Senior Bowl everyone loved. Harold Fannin, for good reasons. I think Elijah Uyo out of Miami had probably the most impressive week of anybody did not play in the game, but he moved incredibly well consistently. Got open, looked more fluid and athletic than Fannin did. Maybe I think tight end. 3 is kind of up in the air. There's a lot of options. Fannin, Elijah, Royal, think Gunnar Helms in conversation. Maybe Mason Tiller was also the Senior Bowl. A Royal kind of gave himself shot to be that option. There didn't play a lot early in his career. Injury is a big factor. There had a breakout season for the Hurricanes. I'm going to put Josh Connolly on this list, and that one is probably a bit controversial in part because of the very notable rep in which Mike Green ran right through him, was on the bad end of that viral clip. But I thought he responded well throughout the week and didn't seem to, let that one bad rep hurt him. It's one-on-one. You're going to have bad reps. That's how it goes. You're never going to, when you do about 1,000, you go top 5, and/or opt that after one day and say, I'm done, I don't need to do anything else. I think Connor leaves a chance to go in the first round. Want to mention a linebacker. I think linebackers and running backs are a little bit tough to, really get a good feel for during the practice because you're not really tackling overall. But I thought Jeffrey Bassa was obvious in space that you can see he is a very gifted athlete and former safety. That kind of makes him sense. He would have had a sack early, except I don't know if he forgot it was not two and touch, but he had a free run on, I think, what wasn't supposed to be a blitz. But he kind of read the play properly and just let Riley Leonard go by him. It would have been a huge sack and he just tapped him and didn't destroy him, which maybe was him being nice. All right? Your next winner, the C Bowl, was unique this year. How about trick plays, 2 different running back, touchdown passes by the American team in this one? Ole Gordon, throwing by both teams, all going for the national team. A 32-yard touchdown pass to Jaden Higgins to start the scoring. R.J. Harvey, the UCF back, who, I thought, by the way, both guys ran the ball pretty well. They were the leading rushers on each of their respective teams. But by the way, R.J. Harvey, who was a quarterback initially, did not move, turned back till he transferred to Central Florida, had a 25-yard touchdown pass. To Ty Felton out of Maryland. I don't if I've ever seen a trick play in the Southeast Bowl, but it was fun. Some corners, DBS, I want to give some love to. I think Quincy Riley is an underrated player. Upton Stout is undiz, but a tough physical nickel. OAI Thomas, out of Florida States. Think I might bought that name. Sorry, W. Thomas's brother. Long Lorne, a good week. M. Bick. Williams wasn't perfect in game, but had a good week of practice as well. And we will have more NFL draft coverage for you, right here on the channel. Hit that sub button if you haven't. Before we get to losers, I just want to talk quarterbacks here, because a lot of times I think the Senior Bowl week is when it comes to QBs. In particular, I think people tend to see what they want to see, because there are good reps and not so great reps. So there were 7 quarterbacks at the Senior Bowl this year. Jackson Dart from Ole Miss, Tyler Shuck from Louisville, Jalen, Milroe from Alabama, Riley Leonard from the Dame Seth, Hennigan from Memphis, who actually led the game, winning drive in the end, Dylan Gabriel from Oregon, and then Canadians, or a Canadian Taylor, El Mahu. I don't really I haven't watching him because I don't have Canadian film. Didn't look that great to me, 4 of 7, for the one big chunk. Play through the air 57 yards, but that was kind of it. In the end, this class does not impress me. I think the likely first quarterback taken from this group, I think should be first quarterback taken, is Jackson Dart. Didn't play a lot in the game. Kind of those, like, does he need to? Is he supposed to? 1 of 3 for 39 yards. It was a trick play on the bomb for Dart that he found Jack B made an unreal catch. It was an underthrown flea flicker B with the defender in his frame, and hand on the ball pulls it away from him. Dart leads that 5 yards further up. Field it's touchdown or the shoulder. Took a sack. Fumbled happens. I'm not too mad about that one. I think make a real AR Darts, probably quarterback 3 in this class. He has